Really? Welcome, everybody. As usual, I'm waiting for this thing to get through because it doesn't do it immediately. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing my regular Wednesday live stream. For a moment, I thought it was a crack on my screen, but no, it's just the cable up there. Oh, so today I finally managed to get ahead of my schedule as far as working on my book. And that means that finally I'll be able to move forward with the painting and with my music, which is cool. But balancing three things at once is quite difficult, I gotta say. And I was almost on time. I got a little late. It's not exactly 4 p.m. Eastern time, but it's close enough. And I think I'm making some progress. Hello, whoever's watching. How are you doing? Just so that people know, I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm a painter, and I'm a writer. You're welcome to check out my channel. I'm wondering how many people will show up today. I haven't heard from Olivia for a while. I wonder if Mr. N will show up. I'm almost done with chapter 7 of my book. And I'm approaching quite rapidly. I'm approaching the middle of the book, of the first book. And damn it, it's been 7 chapters, which means that probably there's going to be like 14 or 16 chapters in the book. I don't know. Sahaj Mathur says, good evening. Are you a printer? I'm a painter, not a printer. I think you misspelled that word. Yes, I'm a painter. I'm a painter, I'm a singer-songwriter, music producer, and a writer. And you're welcome to check out my channel. I sit here every Wednesday and I just have a casual chit-chat with whoever shows up on a live stream. And that's the purpose of the live stream. Just to have a nice little chit-chat. Where are you from? How are you doing? Sahaj Mathur, I guess that's your name. How's it going wherever you are? We're having this snowstorm here in the US, and including here in Kentucky. It's all white outside. There is snow everywhere. Hi, says Yvonne. Hi to you. How are you doing? I've seen reels on Instagram about that this snow is pretty weird out there, that it might be something's wrong with it. Is it pink? What do you mean, is it pink? Good. Where are you from, Yvonne? Oh, there are 13 people watching. Thank you for showing up, guys. Your shirt, yeah, it's pink. I post videos. Well, good. I guess everybody who has a YouTube channel, or at least most people who are on YouTube and have a channel, post videos. What kind of videos are those? What do you post about? I'm just wondering, if I sit here and I just smile, how many people are going to say something? Or nobody's going to say anything? I'm just curious. Because usually when I go on here on Wednesdays and I start talking, I just keep talking and talking and talking and talking about whatever. Smooth Criminal. Wear a COVID mask for a few minutes. What for? Do I look like I'm retarded? Thank you for the like, by the way. Speaking of which. I don't wear masks. In a literal and in a metaphorical sense, I don't wear masks. I'm straightforward. Do you have a face mask around? No, I don't. When I do woodworking, I'm using a face shield, whatever it's called. It's a glass plastic kind of mask, but it's not really a mask. Oh, Olivia, hello, how are you doing? Glad to see you. I was sitting here and wondering, I basically opened this video with wondering, will Olivia show up or will Olivia not show up? 17 people are watching. Thank you guys for likes. I appreciate this. How are you doing, Olivia? Do you have any preferred medium for expression? I myself lead toward music and written poetry. It's hard to answer because for more than 20 years, my preferred medium has been music and poetry as well. But 2 years ago, I returned to my second occupation, which is drawing, painting, and nowadays I'm also an oil painter. And I also now am a writer. So I think music is still my preferred medium for expressing emotion. I don't know, I think music is the most emotional medium of all. But then oil painting, that's just different, it kind of broadens the spectrum. And then writing, that's a whole other world. So I think music is my preferred medium, and poetry. Okay. Rengar Brew says, "You're very beautiful, big sister." Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Trillmatic says, "Hey, Catherine, where do you stand politically?" Well, that's kind of a funny question because literally yesterday, I published a short where I said that nowadays I am just being myself. I'm just being an artist, and I'm not even on the political spectrum at all. And I say this because I've explored various angles of the political spectrum. I try to fit myself into the political spectrum. And, with what I know nowadays, I don't fit. I exercise critical thinking. I learn new stuff all the time, basically every day, about a lot of things, about religion, about history, about societies, about the West, about the East, so I don't fit. And honestly, I'm not going to vote for anybody at all. I don't have voting preferences because now I can see that none of it makes any sense, frankly. Olivia says, "Ow." Smooth Criminal says, "Mask up for a bit." No, I will not. First of all, I'm not sitting here to engage in silly entertainment. Two is that I just don't like masks. I really don't like them. Olivia says, "I'm well, just getting through January." Well, January is almost over. How was your January? WMT Signal says, "Facts. Music is very, very intimate." Yes. And music is just what makes it special is that it's a dynamic art form. And that allows for a level of intimacy and a level of emotional depth that I think no other art form can allow for, Writing is different. It's very different. Poetry it's a different edge, you know, but it's not like music. It's not the same thing. And cinema is a different thing too. And painting, again, it's different dimensions, you know. Dilmas, he says, hello, hello to you. Nice painting behind you. Thank you very much. It's pretty far from finished. Wear a medical mask. Smooth Criminal, I start to suspect that you might have some sort of fetish. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and indulge your preferences. You get a little obsessive about this. Professor Noob 8 says, I love you, Catherine, marry me. It's a pretty straightforward proposition. Professor Noob, do you realize that I'm actually married as of right now? So, just saying. Trillmatic says, good answer. That's just what it is. You know, I find it to be freeing, liberating, and a lot more productive. I'm not hating on anybody, you know, but that's my journey. That's where I'm at as of right now. I can't unsee the things that I've seen. I can't unknow the things that I've learned. So I can't fit myself back into that box, you know. It's just how it is. Sonu says, hi, ma'am, how are you? Love from India. I'm fine, thank you very much. And hi to you from the United States. I'm sitting in Kentucky. Joshua says, I just want to say Jesus loves you. Okay, you know what, Joshua? Right off the bat, I'm going to ban you. I'll explain myself. Because last stream, I had a swarm of Jesus worshippers who were trying to, I'm just not going to tolerate this again. I'm just going to ban these people right off the bat. I don't believe in your imaginary friend. I believe in other things. And if you want to preach about your faith, start your own live stream and you're free to preach whatever you want over there. All right? Ranveer Bilku, you go girl. Thank you. Bilma Sheesh. My wife's into painting as well. I really appreciate it. Wonderful. What is your painting? What does your wife paint? Excuse me. Olivia says, lol. Fakiho says, hello to you. I was just looking at RE in Lugo. What is RE in Lugo? Are you atheist like me? I don't know. Does it qualify as atheist? I made quite a few shorts about this. Just long story short, I believe that the only deity that I believe in is the Great Mother, our planet. That to me is the only goddess, the only real living goddess. Our planet, life, that to me is the only goddess. Everything else to me is blasphemy and social engineering, political purposes, you know, whatever, crowd control, but it's not real to me. And, you know, you can call it the Great Spirit, like the Native Americans, or something else, like shamans in Siberia, for example, believe in these things. It's the spirit of life, you know, and that's what I genuinely believe in. I'm a very spiritual person, but I just don't believe in some authority figure that sits there and points out to people how to live and whatever. It doesn't mean I don't have a moral compass. Of course I do have a moral compass, you know, but it is not informed by popes, priests, and various scammers. That's what I think. Does this qualify as atheist or no? I don't know. I don't think that it's up for me to somehow categorize this. I just believe. I'm on house arrest, says Daphne. What happened? Why are you on house arrest? Real estate, sorry, houses. Oh, I see. Real estate. Ranveer Bihu said, with hearts. Thank you for the hearts. politics equal garbage. I guess the planet is not a deity. Well, you want to see it that way, you're free to see it that way. To me, I feel the spirit of life, and I prefer to see it as the great mother, the great goddess. The spirit of life. There is no salvation outside of the Catholic Church. Okay, says Caesar, you're going to get banned right off the bat. Olivia, thumbs up to you. Sonu says, only one religious, it is humanity. Am I right, ma'am? Well, Sonu, I I don't intend to sit here and tell anybody what to believe in. I have my beliefs. Someone asked me just now, what do I believe in? And I tried to succinctly explain this while being respectful. These are my personal beliefs. I can't tell you what's right and what's wrong. That's for you to find out. I believe everybody should find out what is their path and what is the right thing for them. Go to the source. Ted Anderson says, are you rapture ready? What do you mean, are you rapture ready? I don't quite know what you're talking about. Do you believe in UFOs? No, I believe in government manipulation. Ben Bobson Fondue says, are other religious beliefs not tolerated on this channel? I'll explain. It's not that I don't tolerate other religious beliefs. I don't tolerate when people come to my channel and they get preachy and they just, and to be fair, for the most part, these are, I guess, American Christians who somehow think that they're entitled to go into other people's comment sections or other people's live streams and preaching their faith. I didn't invite this. I don't invite this. This is not a religious channel altogether, and it's just odd and bizarre. It looks spammy. So it's not that I don't tolerate other belief systems and religions. Absolutely, I do. But when people come here and they start to preach, I ask myself, guys, you have nothing else to do? You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. Can I be your mod? Says Prazer Prize. Oh, I don't know. I believe if Mr. N, my other subscriber, shows up, he will probably moderate. I hate religion until I actually read the Bible. I don't want to discuss this, guys. Last time I had a swarm of preachy people who came in here. They really pissed me off. I was trying to be civil because I'm trying to keep this channel family friendly. I don't really like to swear. If I go there, I can swear horribly, both in English and in Russian, because I am Russian originally. So believe me, I can swear very well. I'm trying to keep it civil, but I really don't like preachy people who are getting on my nerves. So I don't want to discuss. Let's just skip the topic of religion, please, shall we? Hey, Catherine, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Ayush Kumar, hello to Iowa. How is the weather up in Iowa? Is it really cold? Do you have lots of snow? Because we have some. It's kind of icy, but it's not as bad, really. Shivam says, come to India. I'd love to. I'd love to travel to India one day. Whoa, American Christian. Yeah. American Christians. Yeah. Rapture is when Christ calls home every believer before the Antichrist takes. Oh my God. Again, you with that thing. I don't know, whatever you want to believe in. Don't ask me about it. When will you come to India? I don't know. it costs money to travel, and that's not easy. Olivia says, "Oh, Lordy Catherine, this is why I only do lives when I'm drinking or high." Well, yeah, now I understand. Bad Vibe says, "Nice cans." Don't know what you're talking about. Don't you have nothing better to do? What do you mean, don't you have nothing to do? Guys, sometimes you're confusing. Do you like samurai swords? About swords, that's actually an interesting question. I don't know specifically about samurai swords, but I want to get me a shamshir. Does anybody here know what a shamshir is? I also consider getting myself a cavalry saber and a cross-tipped spear. A cross-tipped spear or an Ejineta. I think a cross-tipped spear, just because, for the sport of it, because it's a beautiful weapon. And a shamshir, that would be cool. I mean, it's a beautiful weapon. Why not? Or a scimitar. That's another option. I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe a shamshir and maybe a scimitar. A scimitar appeals to me visually. I mean, aesthetically, it's a beautiful weapon. So I'm thinking about a scimitar. I actually know where to buy one, so I don't know. I'm thinking. Hello from Agartha. Wow, where is Agartha? I don't even know where is Agartha. The crazies and trolls, just hit the button. My favorite trance on YouTube says Pure KF. Thank you. Press says, well, Russian, so what do you think about World War III? We are already in World War III. Many people think that, it's still coming and whatever. No, we're in the midst of it. That's what I think about World War III. Would you disown your son if he brought a black woman home? Are you crazy? Why would I disown my son for bringing home a black woman? I don't know. What is it with Americans and racism? It's like, it's such a big deal here. Black, white, brown. It's like, it's kind of hilarious, because I'm Russian, I come here, and every frigging form, I went through a ton of paperwork, all right? And this is in a country that says, oh, we're like so multicultural, so tolerant, so progressive, and whatever. Okay, so you fill out the paperwork, and I had to do a lot of it for like 4 years, constantly adjusting my status until I become a citizen, naturalized citizen. And every time you run into some quiz that asks you, are you white Caucasian? Are you brown Hispanic? Are you black African American? Are you Hawaii? Whatever. It's like, guys, you have it right here in the system. The division into races, subgroups, whatever. To me, it's hilarious. It's really hilarious. Why is there a need for this? I mean, I'm asking a rhetorical question because at this point, almost 7 years later, I have a pretty clear understanding why. Because this is the intent. The intent is to keep people divided and boxed into different subcategories along artificial lines, arbitrary lines. The goal is to divide people and to conquer. That's why. So, I mean, this is kind of a hilarious question. Would you disown your son if he brought a black woman home? Like, to me, it's crazy. Why? Is it too damn cold here? I'm freezing my ass off. My dog does everything under the sun, but doesn't go. Okay. I'm sitting next to a heater. I have a heater right here. Otherwise, it's not warm at all. It's like, I don't know, minus 7 centigrade. Last time I checked on my laptop, I have centigrade on my laptop and I have Fahrenheit on my phone. So yeah, it's pretty cold. He needs your money. Lol. It loves swords. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay. You go bye-bye from here. Yep. Guns work better than swords. I know. However, I will make a point. How well does the Second Amendment work for Americans so far? Can you answer that question? You from Oxford? No, I'm not from Oxford. I'm from Moscow. I'm Russian. I'm living in Kentucky. I'm a citizen nowadays. And after 7 years in this country, I will tell you that neither guns nor swords work against the powers that be. The big corporations have you anyways. To me, it starts to look like the US Constitution doesn't mean jack shit, frankly. It's just a piece of paper. So, I mean, for fun, I like to have a sword. I mean, I have a certain attraction to beautiful weapons, and I like the physical feel of it. Hell, I'd like to get me a composite bow just for the sport of it, to shoot arrows, because it's entertaining. I'm not that much a fan of guns, really. I mean, guns are fine too, but like a sword has a feel to it. It's a continuation of your body. It's an art form. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's beautiful. Hey, you were my teacher. You're from Oxford. No, I'm not. Agartha is an island near Scotland. Quite cold. Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot of things I don't know, George. I consider myself pretty knowledgeable on geography, but there's a lot of things I just don't know. Well, hello to Scotland. Ted Anderson. Yeah, just kidding. Saul Goodman, lol. Yep. I bet you were attractive in the early 2000s. Brad, you are a douchebag. This is rude. So there you go. Ayush Kumar says, man, some of my messages ain't registering. Oh, I've seen that some messages were blocked, and gosh, I didn't know that they were from you. I kind of didn't read through them. Racism is love for your own people. I hope you mean this sarcastically, I guess. Olivia says, Brad, did she say that? Okay, I don't know. What are you guys talking about? I spent the weekend learning the theory on playing Gabahorn. Okay, I'm just assuming that's probably a musical instrument, right? Ethnocentrism is love of own race. Well, I mean, one should acknowledge that people naturally have a propensity to admire their own. To a healthy degree, that's fine. And it's normal. That's what allows us to retain culture and retain tradition and kind of stay who we are. But when it starts to spill over and it becomes at the expense of others, of other groups, and it turns into a hateful enterprise, let's say, that's when it becomes unhealthy, I think. I think people should be respectful towards one another, and people should be respectful to each other's differences. That's what I think. It's all about fine balance, really. Hey, what's up? Says, I am draw that way. Well, having a chit-chat live stream as usual. Ted Anderson's Second Amendment works in a crazy world. Well, after the recent events, I don't know if it's pointless, really. Because I'm just looking on paper, it looks good. And believe me, like 3-4 years ago, I was like, yeah, Second Amendment, don't have it in any other country. And then I'm looking at the state of affairs in this country and I'm asking myself, is it of any use at all? Is it of any use at all? If you have millions of people who can't engage in critical thinking in this country, does it make any difference? Does it make any difference if the government has tanks and nukes and bombs and armed forces, but the citizens don't have it? Because to my knowledge, the Second Amendment in the United States was meant originally, it wasn't like a hunting permit. The purpose of the Second Amendment was for the people to be able to defend themselves against a tyrannical government, and would a tyrannical government emerge to liberate themselves from the tyrant, right? Wasn't that the purpose of the Second Amendment? Now let's look at today. Where do we stand today? You know, I live in Kentucky. My husband goes to work. He works at a restaurant. We have a lot of gun owners around here, a whole lot of gun owners, and they have entire arsenals in their homes. But I'm just trying to imagine, just for shits and giggles, I'm occasionally imagining, okay, say if the government of the United States decides to go after a family out here, what's going to happen? They're going to bring in drones, right? Tanks, if necessary. They can bomb the living hell out of this state, just like nothing. And what will the people respond with? With semi-automatic rifles? With, I don't know, with handguns? Is that adequate? There is this as well. Not to mention that a lot of the people who are cheering for the Second Amendment don't exercise critical thinking at all. So they don't even see that in whichever way. I mean, you can go around and, brandish your guns and all of this and feel very proud about yourself, but you're doing the bidding of the big corporations anyways, and they got you. You see what I mean? So on paper, it looks very beautiful and very nice. A lot of people don't see, millions of people don't realize that they're living in tyranny, and they have been living under tyranny for decades. A lot of people are deep asleep. Ayush Kumar says, Catherine, talk about something nice. Ignore these political and religious dumbasses. Okay, I will try. You're so beautiful, says Iram. Thank you. Why do you have a rabbit tail on your shirt? It's the mic. My son has 2 swords. Oh, wow, Olivia. What kind of swords? One is his fencing tool. Yeah, that's wonderful. The other is his. The other is ornamental mostly. I love what's going on here. 3 Light Traveler. Just having a chit chat. This message is held for review. What's there? Like from the Renaissance Fair. It's Gape Horn. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Gape Horn? Someone is calling someone an idiot? That's funny. Canadians have rights to firearms, but well regulated. We're going to dial back women's rights. Yeah, I guess so. I can already see this. I mean, it's like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Because just, I don't know if I'll be able to not swear about this. I know the type of men who want to roll back women's rights. I know this type of people. And I'm disgusted with this type of people, frankly. Not likely hug. Yeah. How are you, says Rohan Arya. Well, I'm fine. How are you doing? We know the women aren't going to do anything but keep on yapping more violent rhetoric online. It's kind of funny, to read comments like this from entitled men. It's really hilarious because the hilarious part to me is that you're oblivious to what's going on, aren't you? You're not the only one who believes this. And I know that similar trends are going on across in other countries too. There is a certain type of men who are not willing to try to understand women. They don't want to understand how the world changed. They don't understand how society had changed. And they just want to stick to the good old days of rampant patriarchy, I guess. But you can go on, about violent rhetoric and all this. You're not paying attention. US Manascar says, when did you start your transition? I started my transition back in 2006. It's been a while. How many years? Well, this December 2026 is gonna be 20 years. Rohan Arias says, you're so beautiful. Thank you. They wouldn't ruin everything. They would want to keep as much as they could. Okay, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Joe says, are you into black guys? I'm not. I'm into, well, I have an answer for this. I don't know how many people will understand. I think mature women will understand. I'm into confident, competent, mature men. I don't differentiate ethnicity, skin color. That to me doesn't matter as much. What matters a lot more to me is if a man is mature, he has a direction, he's confident, he's reliable, he's competent. And we can have a real, honest relationship with that man. That to me matters a lot more. Not yet tyranny. Sorry to disappoint. I'm Russian. I come from Moscow. When I was little, the USSR was still there, and then 1991 came, and then we had someone called Boris Yeltsin. Again, sorry to disappoint, but when I'm looking at the state of affairs today in the United States, I can't help but see some parallels. I'm not saying that it's exactly the same, but there are some interesting parallels that are going on. Now people are complaining about Trump. Weren't you the one supporting the MAGA movement? I was sympathetic because I didn't know much. Long story short, when I arrived here into this country, I was very far from anything political. I didn't understand a lot of things. So when I came here, a lot of the more crazy, quasi-progressive online stuff pushed me towards the conservative types. So I went there and I sat there for a while until I started to see through the cracks. And that's when I realized that something is not adding up. At which point, that pushed me out of it again. And then I zoomed out of all of this, and I looked at the bigger picture and I realized that none of it matters at all. And that me, just all of this facade, all this illusion just fell apart for me. So nowadays, I can see clearly that it doesn't matter if it's Trump or Biden or Obama or the Clintons. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. It's just a show, Not to go into too much detail, but, that's what happened. I'm a human being. I get misled. I do mistakes. I'm fallible, like everybody else. So, yes, I was supporting that for some while because I didn't know any better. Then I learned more. And I think I know more today. And that's why nowadays I don't support anybody at all. Are you trans? Yes, I am trans. Olivia says, exactly, Catherine. Rock Nation says, hi, I have a quick question. Go ahead. What does your husband do? My husband works at a restaurant and he's an indie musician. Rock Nation says, I have 4 wives, but I am gay. How do I divorce them but not pay them any money? You're joking, probably. What is your accent Greek? Do I have a Greek accent? Really? I mean, I'm studying Greek nowadays, but I'm Russian. I'm studying Greek. Inder Neil Bosseroy showed her. I've never involved in politics, religion, materialistic things, ethnicity. I'm not indoctrinated since they forced me to sit in the cart in the kindergarten. Well, I don't know how to respond to this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. In my mind, I think that it is not a bad thing, or maybe it's a necessary thing to go through life, to make mistakes, then to learn from these mistakes, and then to develop and to grow. On one hand. On the other hand, there is a lot of people who get indoctrinated into something. It might be in the realm of politics, it might be in the realm of religion, or they might be stuck in their class thinking. They might be stuck in their mindset thinking like poor people. And they never entertain the possibility of changing their mindset, expanding their knowledge, expanding their horizon, reading up some philosophy or something like this. And they get stuck. So there's that as well. So I don't know, if you did not get indoctrinated, I don't know if that's even possible nowadays. Lucky you then. Ayush Kumar says, Rock Nation, I hope you're joking. Rock Nation, yeah, he's probably joking. I don't know. Do you speak Greek, Oshi? I don't speak Greek yet. I'm learning Matheno. Echo Matheno. I'm only learning. I think that once I get to Greece and I start to actually, when I'm in and around people who speak Greek on a daily basis, I'll start to absorb that, and I'll try to speak with native speakers, and I will learn a lot faster. I had this experience in France when I was learning French myself, and I was having video calls with my French friends, and I was really, really trying to. It was super clunky, but I was trying. I was trying not to use Google Translate. I was trying to understand from context and learn French, and I did pretty well. And then when I traveled to France, I was to Nice, and I learned in 12 days, I learned a lot more than I learned myself in 1 year, if that makes any sense. But that being among native speakers, I think with proper preparation, it actually yields amazing results. So I think I'll probably have this kind of effect with Greek. I'm setting myself up to have this sort of effect, so that when I get to Greece and I find myself around native speakers, I will get better. Ayesha, I'm not. I feel safer explaining myself here anonymously. Okay, don't break your band. You are not laughing, says Mr. Pickles. I don't know who is laughing at what. You look like a man with makeup. Burke, goodbye. I don't care for your opinions, frankly. Their filter, incorrect hate, whatever. Men are just better. Men are just better. This is an extremely, gosh, this is such an arrogant thing to say. Men are just better. What do you mean men are just better? I'm not biased with gender either. It's God, says MT Guy, whatever. I'm a video editor and I'd love to help you level them up if you open the message. Okay, this is someone probably spammy, just like the Jesus guys. Cocoon, I don't know, whatever you're up to. Hi, I was scrolling and found you. Well, thank you for finding me. How are you doing? I have adult ADHD and autism, but I'm not handicapped, and I have OCD. I'm 21 and a Taurus, and I got a Nirvana shirt from Amazon and I like it, and I got one from Walmart and I like them, and I like them. You look, and I like them. You look. Ugh. Trying to read. And I'm trying to look beautiful too. I'm so ugly. That's okay, 'cause you are too. Madam Pam. What was the lyrics? Sunday morning. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. I'm so ugly. That's okay, 'cause so are you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't remember the melody. Speaking of Nirvana. Gosh, what's the song? In Bloom? No, it's not In Bloom. Gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. The other song, which starts with Sunday morning. Then you look beautiful too. I want a fifth wife, and since I'm gay, she's pretty. Okay, Rock Nation, I guess you're just like getting attention, right? Ordinary narcissism in modern society. There we go. I'm from West Virginia too. Oh, you're from Western Virginia? Okay, I'm in Kentucky. Good answer, Catherine, says Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you for being here. I love adequate people, seriously. You know, I'm just scrolling and looking at all of this, and I'm like wondering, I don't know, whatever. Let's see. Oh, gosh, some characters here. I'm just wondering, some of these people are probably bots. I don't have a better explanation for this. Are you a Disney princess? No, I'm not a Disney princess. I am a Snegurочка. I'm from Russia. I can't be a Disney princess. So since it's winter, I probably would qualify as Snegurочка or Царевна Несмеяна or Василиса Прекрасная. Maybe. I'm just giving you a few characters from Russian folktales. Rock Nation, no reason to stop now, dude. You gotta make it 10 wives now. Yes, go for 10. God. Oh, this message is held for review. What we got here? Chat, where is this? Oh my God. Dude, I think I banned you already. You need to stop the drugs, Snapper. You need to stop the drugs. Okay. You go out as well. People have absolutely nothing to do with their lives, I can see. And you know, this is a disturbing trend. I'm just sitting here. To me, these Wednesday live streams are also serve as a real-time real-time statistic on what proportion of people out there are not really with it. I'm not being offensive to the good people out here. I can see you. I hear you. Ayush Kumar, Olivia Callow, and others who are actually genuine, actually human, actually real. But every time that I see all of these other characters, it makes me wonder. You're either bots or you're trolls or you're just retarded, you know? And I kind of feel sorry for you because obviously you have nothing else to do with your life, with your day today. Now go do something productive. Oh, God. Can I please be a mod? It's my birthday. No, just because it's your birthday, that doesn't entitle you to being a mod on my channel. I've never seen you before in my channel, so excuse me, but no. Olivia says, bye sniper. There you go. There goes the sniper. Viavinat Shavan, message retracted. Okay. We won't miss you. Yes, we won't. We won't. Barney, yep. Sarmis, yeah. What's that painting behind you? Tell us about it if you don't mind. Okay. Excuse me. So this is work in progress. I started it, did a couple of sessions. It's not finished yet. Very far from finished. This is the first painting that I'm basing on the book that I'm writing right now. So it will feature my main protagonist, whose name is Anna Mira, and she's traveling with her donkey somewhere in the highlands. So I think this painting will open a whole long series of paintings based on the book. That's what it is, basically. And I'm just blocking in the colors and composition and as of right now. That's what it is. Yep, good riddance. Can I be mod? I want to be... Then people like Sniper. Gosh, Wire Ghost. Oy. Catch you later, Catherine. Got a split. Okay, Olivia, have a wonderful day. Says, stay in school chat. You don't want to be like this. Gosh, stay in school chat. You don't want to be like this. What are you talking about? Well, not the humble people inherit the kingdom of God, of which is the... Okay, you're banned. Again, guys, I want to warn everybody looking forward. Any preachy stuff that shows up here in the chat is going to be banned, just like the trolls, just like the misogynistic folks out there, just like okay, transphobes, preachy Christians and others, misogynists, assholes, douchebags, and bots. You all guys are going to be banned. I'm not even going to, just no other questions, just ban right there. All right? Blonde Cowboy reviews, you're so pretty. Thank you. Sabianes Ku says, lol, ma'am, you still shining, NGO. I subscribe. Thank you, Blonde Cowboy reviews, and you're welcome to check out my channel. I have paint through videos. I actually have a lot of these videos. I have playthrough videos where which feature my guitar playing in my songs, so check them out and see if you like it. Maybe there are things that you like, maybe some things don't sit with you. That's okay. Leave me a comment. These are just scams. Yeah. Pretty lady, you're looking extra fine today. Thank you, Chris. Hi, what are you doing in the garage? I like to sit here in the garage because that's where I have my easel. I have my work table here and a lot of tools and all of this, and I also have my office, but it's just that ever since I moved here to the garage, I sit here during the day with my laptop. I like writing here. And when I sit at the table, I'm simultaneously looking at the painting that I'm currently working on. So it kind of allows me to, I work on my book and then I simultaneously think about the painting, and then it's kind of easier. I have my oil paint right here. So it's kind of like my studio, this garage. It's not perfect. It's very far from perfect. I wish I had, a large spacious studio, which would be clean and uncluttered and all of this. And I hope I have a studio when I move to Greece. But for now, it is what it is, and that's why I'm sitting in the garage. Tifa Gamer. Neo Slayer, mushrooms are great to grow in garages. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. I don't grow mushrooms. Smells like Teen Spirit. Yep. I'm also from West Virginia. Great. Hey, y'all. How are you, Mom? Apple Tree. It's kind of funny when someone calls me Mom. Sorry, guys, but I kind of find it hilarious. Hi, girl, says Abdul Rahman. Hi to you, Abdul Rahman. How are you doing today? Gabriel, I don't like your attitudes toward Russia. Russia is my home country, so that's the middle finger from a Slavic woman, from a Russian woman to you. Abdul says, I love Russia. I'm Russian. Entrepreneurship Daily. Hi. I'm new here. What's your gender? Just curious. What do you think my gender is if I'm wearing makeup? This is so confusing. I love Russia. I love Russia too. I mean, it's my home country. My hometown is Moscow. And regardless of wherever I go, wherever I travel, whatever language I speak, whatever other citizenship I have, Russia is going to be forever my mother Russia. That's just how it is. It's kind of like with my mom, who passed away in 2007. I don't idealize her. I'm an adult myself nowadays. And I'm approaching the age at which she had passed away. So do I see her the same way that I saw her when I was a little kid? No, I don't. She was a human being, just like I am, just like everybody else is. But it's the same thing about my mother country. There are things that I don't like. There are things that I'm frustrated with, but it's my mother country. It's my home country, Russia. So of course I love my country. Greetings, Ricky Matthews says, greetings to you. I like that little green man there. He's the middle, don't you hear? Golden Fisherman. Golden Fisherman, I think that makes you uncomfortable. Gosh, I like this. I find it really funny when men are sitting there and they're clearly uncomfortable with a trans woman. And I can afford the luxury of sitting here and not giving a damn. Actually, most of my live streams, most of my Wednesday live streams, I wasn't even bothering to put on any makeup. I was just sitting here and just, whatever. Yeah, Abdul. Damn, baby girl. Are you single by any chance? No, I'm not single. I'm married. Patty, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for showing up. I'm having a circus today here, but I also have a lot of good people, and I'm very grateful for having good people here. Just a quick wave to let you know I'm here, but I have a headache today, and I'm feeling lazy about writing. Greetings to you. You've had some crazy people there again. Oh yes, I somehow, I usually have crazy people here. It just happens. I'm sorry for your headache. Does aspirin actually help or no? Is it the weather? Is it because of blood pressure? You look fine as wine. I guess that's a compliment. Have some respect for elderly. Apple Tree. Chat, have some respect for elderly. Oh my God. There you go. Today's chat has been really weird compared to the other streams I've watched of yours. Has it been the translate? Yeah, you know what? The previous chat was crazy too. Something was wrong. Like I'm literally, Ayush Kumar, here's another one, Michael81. I don't like the avatar, so I'm gonna ban him right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you take the COVID shot and boosters? Oh my God. No, I haven't. Do I look like I'm crazy to you? I have an immune system of my own and I have brains of my own. I don't do as I'm told. Just saying. Dispassionate observer. Ayush Kumar, yeah. Ayush Kumar, something today, just I'm catching up. Greetings from Greece, dispassionate observer, greetings to you. Are we in here talking about architecture? No, we're not talking about architecture. As a matter of fact, I never talked about architecture. It's not quite my line of business. The guy with this swastika profile pic, I'm from Germany. Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. And I'm from a country that fought these people. My grandparents fought these people in the Great Patriotic War, which is known outside of Russia as World War II. So those swastikas, I'm not going to tolerate them. Whenever I see one, you're banned automatically. Just saying, so that people understand. Tracy from daycare. Oh my God, yeah, all sorts of spam. Now all of a sudden there is some sort of, oh baby, we're from daycare. I don't know, whatever's going on with YouTube. Maybe it's just YouTube. Maybe something broke in the algorithm. Maybe just all of a sudden there is a whole bunch of bots roving around. I don't know, but I'm certainly under the impression, Ayush Kumar, I hope you're still there. I'm certainly under the impression that recently in the past 2, 3, 4 days, maybe the last week, something is off. And they're like, all of a sudden, I see weird stats on my videos. I see weird comments, which are like cookie cutter, almost like, oh, this is such a wonderful channel, so helpful, definitely worth sharing. What? It's like one comment like this, then another one, then another one, then another one, all on the same video, and I just deleted them. I think those are bots. So I think a lot of these stuff that I'm banning right here most likely are bots. So I don't even want to engage with this. Okay, there is another one. Yeah, preachy bot. Days it's all about global rotations. What are you talking about? This is like, yeah, is Russian, you will get banned with that pic. Now we're in here talking about architecture and the wonderful works of Frank Lloyd Wright. Okay, another one, totally irrelevant. I'm just guessing this is a bot. Hi, how are you? KSSK. I'm fine. Do you have sun? No, I don't have sun. You son. Oh my God. God damn it. Pick Cammy, you're going into ban too. Guess why did the bicycle fell over? Because it was too tired. Funny. Nikki Tamil. Hi, Beauty from Serbia. Hi to you. How is it going on in Serbia? How is winter in Serbia, actually? It could also be the weather, but I've been dealing with this for a few days now. I'm too good for medication though. Well, I don't know. It could be the weather. It could be that you're exhausted. You're tired. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're dehydrated. I don't know. I mean, it's just off the top of my head, just guessing. You got good patience. I'd go crazy, Ayush Kumar says. Ayush Kumar, I worked with people, I taught people for almost 10 years. And I'm Russian. Plus I've been married for almost 7 years. So what would you expect? Plus, it's like reacting to all of this. I don't take it personally. It's just noise. It's noise on the screen. Someone with their ego, someone with their spam, someone, whatever. If I react to all of this, it's like reacting to your mailbox on Gmail. You know what I mean? You're probably not going to react to all of it. So I kind of see most of it as just trash. And then there are some actually real people in between. So, I don't think it's that much about patience, just how it is. Unfortunately. Natalie Davies says a lot of creators are saying there is something wrong with YouTube lately. Yeah, there is something horribly wrong. And I noticed it just in this last week because I have shorts that are dropping usually every day. So I check my YouTube studio. I have to, schedule up some more shorts and whatever. So I have it right in front of my eyes, and I try to respond to comments right away. So I see that something is off. That's a good analogy. Reacting to Gmail inbox. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Doesn't make any sense. You must steal that from you. Go ahead, steal it from me. And then, people have opinions, and there is a lot of assholes. There's a lot of assholes out there. So, and I expect it. I know, first of all, I'm sitting here openly saying, hey, I'm a trans woman, and I don't care what you think. And people are not used to it. People are not used to it. I'm sitting here and saying, hey, I'm Russian. A lot of people are not used to it because there is Russophobia out there. There is transphobia out there. There is misogyny out there. There's a whole lot of shit, And I sit here and I don't care. So, of course, there are going to be people who are going to show up and they're going to try to put me down. This is just part of the game. This is just how things are. I'm used to it. Natalie Davy, I guess, Natalie Davy. I think I've seen you on one of my previous live streams. What do you know about this, something going wrong with YouTube lately? However, thank you for all the likes. I have 12 likes here. Guys, whoever you are, whoever liked my stream, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ayush Kumar says, can I ask you something? If you have a trans friend, but they never tell you that they are trans, does that mean they don't trust you? Whew, that's actually a good question. Let me think about it. I think it depends. There is a factor here because I think trust, first of all, trust is a very fragile thing, but it is also something that requires time to build. And I mean real trust, the kind of trust which is solid. When you really trust the other person, be that your friend, be that your relative, be that your romantic partner, it takes time to develop real trust. So in the beginning, maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes several months to build up that trust. So I think that, and of course I'm judging by myself, judging by my own experience also, it's very hard for any trans individual to confide in that other person and to just be completely open and say, hey, yeah, I'm trans. Because there is real transphobia out there. People get killed because of this. And not everybody's going to understand. So it's hard. It's not that, the way I see it, me as a trans woman, I've been in situations when you have someone, a guy, and he's into me, maybe, and I'm into him too. But there is this, I had to learn this, to say it up front, just so that I would get it off my shoulders. I would throw it out there, and believe me, a lot of people turned away and just, no, that's not my thing, whatever. For me, it was easier to do it in the very beginning, to just put it out there and say, this is how things are, just to cut myself off of any future problems and something like this. Not because I trusted that other person, but because I saw it as a necessary piece of information to just get out of the way. Because I don't like it when people have expectations and they think one thing and then it doesn't turn out to be that thing, I don't like to foster false hopes in people. And I don't like to have false hopes within myself, but that's me. So I don't think that it's necessary that she doesn't trust you. Maybe she needs time to open up completely and to tell you. But then again, people are different, Did that answer your question, actually? Natalie Davis says, I'm a moderator on a creator's live, and the numbers have been all over the place. Definitely the algorithm. Yeah, that's something is crazy. Something's going on. I get it now. Thank you for an honest answer. You're welcome. I will pay you to clean that room. Oh my God, Viper, you're such a smartass. You know what? Let me just free you from this conversation. Ishimura Beats said, you will find love and real trust no matter what you're going through. I wish you all the best and may you find the light no matter what your sins. Okay, you're getting banned right off the bat. I warned everybody today. Any preachy Christian or other denomination stuff, anybody who shows up here with religious spam is going to get banned right off the bat. I will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate misogyny. I will not tolerate transphobia. I will not tolerate racism and other things. I will not tolerate spam. So there you go. Hello from Queens, New York. Hello to you, Jaggernaut Jodhan. Jaggernaut, I guess. Hello from Queens, New York. Hello to you. How are you doing? I've been on here for about an hour. I think I will be wrapping this up soon. Frankly, I'm starving. I had this really strong coffee today, 3 hours ago, and I haven't eaten anything today. So but yesterday I made some pancakes. So I have some pancakes in the fridge waiting to get reheated, and I really can't wait to get to them. I'm getting a little hungry, frankly. Ayush Kumar says, what is the best way to respond if that friend finally tells me? Well, if she finally tells you, first of all, if you're dealing with a trans woman, hear her out. Listen. One thing that I think many men don't get right about dealing with women, no matter trans women or natal women, is they don't listen or they hurry too much. Hear her out. Let her tell you, what does it feel like? And just don't rush. Don't push her into anything. Let her feel comfortable, because whenever she tells you, it's going to be stressful for her probably, and she's going to be very worried, and she will need to sit in this for a while. And I think it's very important for you to show her that she can breathe and she can be comfortable after revealing herself. It's not an easy thing to confide and to reveal something like this about yourself to men. So I think if you allow her some space and you just show her that she can open up and that it is okay to be herself with you, that will be of great help. That's what I think. Juggernaut sends kisses. Juggernaut says, not sure where you are from, but did you get any snow? Be sure to eat before a headache comes on. Be sure to eat before a headache. Well, I will definitely eat, no worries. Yes, we do have snow. I'm down here in Kentucky. It's not really that bad, frankly. It's kind of icy, and there's been some snow over the past couple of days. It's not as horrible as it was in 2021 when we had a horrible ice storm going through. So it's okay. It's okay. Natalie says, honest, sincere question, and I don't know if it's been answered before. When did you transition? I started my transition back in 2006. This year, in December of 2026, it's going to be 20 years. Well, which kind of reveals that I'm not 20 years old anymore. Wink, wink. Do you paint? Yes, I'm a painter. I am a singer-songwriter, a music producer, a painter, and a writer. So I'm an oil painter, and I want to invite you to my channel. Check out. I have paint through videos, and check out my Etsy store. The link is right there on my home tab, I guess. Yeah, on the home tab on my banner, there are those little links that you can click. Check out my Etsy store and see if you like something. And if you like it, that's wonderful. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Aish Kumar says, he's trans man, but yeah, thank you for that. I'll just be good friend and listen if it ever happens. Well, or if he's a trans man and, in whichever case, I think it applies to a lot of situations. When someone confides in you with something that is really important to them, have the patience to just hear them out. Whatever you think about this, just listen. And that will be comforting to them. And then I also think that when you learn to hear other people out for real, it actually teaches you something too. At least that's my experience. Because, when I was younger, I would be too much in a hurry to respond, quite often emotionally, without actually acknowledging and really listening to what that other person is telling me. But nowadays, I've changed. I like your accent, says Juggernaut. I see the portrait in the background. Well, it's in progress. It's not done yet. I have another painting over there with a trans woman there. The print will be available soon, but I just need to get a good picture of it. Awesome. Thank you, Juggernaut. Thank you very much. Natalie says, I would love to know more. Where I am from, we're not exposed to a lot of people who have gone through the transition process, or they do not reveal it. Well, I understand. And I understand why some people would not reveal that at all. I've been like this for the longest time as well. I was trying to be stealth. Then at some point, I decided that it doesn't really matter, frankly, because what am I going to lose if people know that I'm a trans woman? Nothing. What am I going to lose? Plus, it's in my songs anyways. It's in my art anyways. And so it kind of allows me to skip that necessary part about explaining myself. Well, of course, I'm not running around and telling everybody about that I'm trans. I just live. I don't know. Maybe some people clock me when I go grocery shopping with my husband. Maybe some people don't clock me. I don't care. I've been on this journey for almost 20 years. It doesn't bother me. For the most part, I'm just living a life, and people probably have their own thoughts, and that's fine with me. But my rationale is that people will have thoughts anyways. There's always going to be people who are going to dislike you for something. There's always going to be judgmental people who are going to pick on you. There are going to be people who will like you. It's always the same stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're trans or you're not trans, if you're black or you're white, if you're a woman or you're a guy. It doesn't matter. If you're Russian or you're American or you're German, you're Italian, you're Greek, you're Namibian, whatever, it doesn't matter. People, there are always going to be people who are going to be judging you, always going to be people who will think that they know better. And then there are always going to be genuine people who will just accept you the way you are. And, you know, they're going to be your people. And maybe you can build something with them. That's just the truth of life. So, yeah, whatever. Thank you for this, Catherine. I've been meaning to ask you this for a long time now. Well, you're welcome to ask me, you know, whatever I can help you with. I'll give you an honest, genuine answer. What is your heritage? I'm Russian. I'm from Russia. I've immigrated to the United States 7 years ago, almost 7 years ago. It was going to be exactly 7 years in May 2026. So nowadays I live in Kentucky, but I'm originally not from here. I lived most of my life, overwhelmingly most of my life, in Russia, in Moscow. So I'm not from around here, really. Natalie says, I'm starting to understand and I commend your bravery because I can't imagine that it was easy in the beginning. Have you always known? I've always known since I was a kid. I didn't have a label for it because I didn't understand what's going on with me. And I didn't understand this until 2004, 2005, when I got access to the internet, because prior to that, I did not have any access to the internet. So I didn't know what's going on. I knew that something is wrong with me. I knew that I'm a girl, that I'm stuck in the wrong body. I didn't know. Well, like with many things, when we are kids, we think that whatever little weird thing is going on about us, that nobody else has it, is just me, that I'm some sort of freak, you know, whatever. And I desperately tried to fit myself in. I tried to be like the boys because my parents wanted to push me that way. And it was horrible. It led eventually, it led me into a crisis situation around my early 20s. And at some point I realized, I snapped and I realized that I can't conform and I can't push myself that way. And then I got access to the internet in the early 2000s, and I learned that there is a name for this, and that's what it is. And that's how, you know, and from there on, I started self-medicating in 2006, and then I found the doctors, and because that was going on in Russia, and you didn't have, and you still, nowadays it's all gone, but, you know, back then there were only a few doctors where you could go and hopefully get some help with things like this. So it was quite the quest. It was very difficult. Jackernaut says, my ex-wife is Russian from Vladimir region, Kavrov. That's interesting. That's really interesting because look, long story short, when I was 18 years old, I was conscripted into the Russian Armed Forces. I served 2 years in a military band in Moscow. The first year, we had one conductor, and then the next year we had a different one. He was a major, and he was from Kavrov in the Vladimir region. That was his native town. So you tell me Kavrov, and I'm like, yeah, I remember it. That's so weird. Life is full of coincidences, or maybe they're not coincidences. I don't know. Sorry for all the questions. I'm really interested in this because I just don't have the knowledge. That's okay. Ask away. So long as people are respectful and they ask me questions, you know, I'm willing to answer. In the end, we're all human. Yes, we are all human in the end. I'll have to leave now. Cook dinner. Good night. Thank you again. You're very welcome, Ayush Kumar, and bon appetit to you. Thank you so much for explaining. I really appreciate it. Thank you for asking, Natalie. I appreciate it when people ask good questions and then they actually hear me out. I think it does something good. Juggernaut says, was her name Larissa? No. The conductor in the military band, his name was... Gosh, I don't remember what was his name. I remember that he was a major. I don't remember his last name either. I remember he was kind of a short dude. And frankly, nobody liked him. The conductor, the colonel that we had the first year in service when I was there serving, he was a very cool guy. And this other guy, the major, nah, he was so. I don't remember his name. But it's, coincidence. That's a very weird coincidence that your ex-wife is Russian. So her name, you mean the name of your ex-wife was Larissa, right? Yes, there is a name like this in Russian, Larissa. Guys, I think I should be gradually wrapping this up. Really, it's been an hour, almost an hour and a half. I want to thank everybody. I mean, all the real people, not the bots, but the real people who... Good evening, красивая lady. Good evening to you, Anhetten. Good evening to you. Okay, great. Still at work, doing a 12-hour shift. Gotta go. Nice chatting with you, and thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate having you. Thank you for being genuine, real, and human, and polite. I really appreciate it when people are like this, because there is a lot of spam, and there is a lot of assholes as well. I'll be here next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, again, with another live stream. I'll be just sitting here as usual, and we'll have a chit chat. Enjoy your meal. Bye. See you soon, Patrick. Everybody, bye-bye. And see you next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Ciao.